Republican Congressman Ken Buck basically gave us a bombshell this week during an interview with CNN's Kaitlan Collins. In that interview, Ken Buck confirmed that Republican lawmakers, including Jim Jordan and James Comer, the two men leading the investigations into President Biden and Hunter Biden, he said that these lawmakers and many others were warned that the information from Alexander Smirnov, the indicted FBI informant who got his information from Russia, they were warned this information could not be trusted. Here's what Ken Buck said during that powerful interview. We were warned at the time that we received the document outlining this witness's testimony. We were warned that the credibility of this statement was not known. And yet, people, my colleagues, went out and talked to the public about how this was credible and how it was damning and how it proved President Biden's, at the time Vice President Biden's, complicity in receiving bribes. It appears to be absolutely false and to really undercut the nature of the charges. We've always been looking for a link between what Hunter Biden received in terms of money and Joe Biden's activities or Joe Biden receiving money. This clearly is not a credible link at this point. That's what it appears. She then asked if Comer and Jordan used this false information to fuel these investigations regardless of knowing that they could not corroborate any of the claims this now indicted informant made. And that's when Ken Buck said, that's what it appears. I certainly didn't have any evidence outside the statement itself that it was credible. And as a prosecutor for 25 years, Kaitlan, I never went to the public until I could prove the reliability of a statement. The DOJ immediately needs to launch an investigation into James Comer and Jim Jordan. 100%. There is no doubt about it. These men, now with this new evidence from Ken Buck, this new testimony, if you will, he is telling us they knew that this couldn't be trusted. They knew it was not reliable. They knew that nothing else could corroborate any of the things this now indicted person said. They knew it before he was indicted, and they did it anyway to fuel their investigations. That is abuse of power. Every subpoena that they have issued should be thrown out. Any piece of evidence that they have gathered based on subpoenas from false information should be ruled inadmissible. If this were in a court and not in Congress conducting the investigation, that's what would happen. Evidence obtained fraudulently is not admissible in court. These Republicans are screwed. And if our do-nothing, lazy, no-good Attorney General Merrick Garland had a spine in his body, this investigation would have begun earlier this week. These two men abused their power. They abused their positions. They abused the trust of the American public. They lied to each and every one of us. They have lied to the people that have come in and testified under oath. These two men need to be investigated and, in my opinion, at this point, probably prosecuted. But that's what needs to happen. But that can only come from one man in this country, and that is Merrick Garland. And he is such a spineless, pathetic coward that I guarantee you it'll never happen. We have the proof now, according to Ken Buck, that they knew it was all fake and they did it anyway. What more evidence do you need, Merrick Garland? Get your ass to work. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.